What's up, everyone? This is Melissa Smith again, author of Theory of Rebellion, and I am going to react to more memes. Today's memes are not going to be goth, even though I will come back to it. I already have a bunch of memes to come to. I'm just not doing it today. I want to do something a little different because I am more than just goth. I'm also a mom, and I think it's very relatable to many people who are parents. And it's September. So back to school started last month for some schools, even down to preschool. The school system is changing with the times. Uh, yeah, so let's get into this. The first time you hear mom, the 7,500th time. Yeah, it's really cute the first time. You're really excited that they're talking, and then they keep calling you. They keep calling. Sometimes I don't have that problem. Sometimes I have the opposite problem of someone being very independent, which I like and I encourage. But at the same time, it's like there's some things mommy should be doing that you should ask for help. Yeah. Me, when my kids trip over a toy I asked them to pick up 100 times. You know what? I'm I'm a big supporter of natural consequences as long as it doesn't hurt them. It can be annoying. I would rather a child be annoyed by something in order to realize they need to do it than to hurt them myself, because I don't want them to fear me. I don't want them to think that I'm the pain person, the one to be scared of. I want them to get the initial logic and then find out for themselves, because they're not going to learn fully unless they learn for themselves. Like, those are the lessons they learn the best. Because if you punish a child and it has nothing to do with what they did, all they're going to do is learn how to be sneaky. So why not appreciate that logic that children have? They do have some form of logic, even though their intelligence is only but so much. But that's because they haven't had experience and their brain hasn't developed. But they do understand consequences. Making the consequence pain every time is just, in my opinion, lazy parenting or ignorant parenting. Ignorant parenting is probably more logical to say, because everyone doesn't know, and a lot of us were raised with the illogical, pain version, which makes no sense. But people didn't know that much about children back then. Like, not as much as we know now. And even if someone out there did know, it wasn't widespread known, and it wasn't popular. It wasn't what was thought to be what should be done. Some things are common sense, but if it's not fitting into social norms, then people aren't going to do it. I don't know. I prefer logic. It's sad. It's not sad that I prefer logic. It's sad that I live in a world that doesn't want to. Next me. What? What I say? No. What kids hear? Ask again. Mom didn't understand the question. This is, I think, very true. It goes for teachers too. They will ask. Um, Maybe they didn't understand me, especially as small as this kid is. This kid looks like they're around between 1 and 2, maybe 2 or 3. Very, very young, a toddler. Um, they're used to not being understood because they're just getting the language. So when you say no, they feel like they didn't explain it well. Like you didn't hear me. It's kind of funny, kind of cute, but for us it's annoying because we know that we understood what we meant, but they don't, and it's hard for them. It's hard for us. I think it's more hard for us because they know what they meant, and then also we don't realize it gets to a point where they request things a certain way and we give it to them, but then once they start getting older, it's no longer something that you can simply request all the time that we'll give you. And they don't get it. They haven't, they're just being introduced to the fact that you're not going to comply right now. Especially when they get bigger physically and they're heavy and you don't always want to pick them up and carry them and they still want to be picked up and carried. Yeah. And you want them to learn to practice walking with you. That's important. Because they get two and want to run everywhere and run anytime. Yes. I used to teach a 2-year-old class that they're quite comfortable with running now. The steps are a lot easier. They're not falling on the bottoms anymore. And it's fun. And you know what? I still think running's fun. But I can manage when I run. I know that I can pick a time that I'm going to go running. I get off work and I go to the gym and I can run. I can run a mile without stopping, but I mean, I'll do like 3 or 4 miles on the treadmill just because I like it. I might not run all of it straight, but just 1 mile I can run straight. I'm working on it. And that's also my mommy time. No asking me questions. When my kids call my name after I finally sat down. Oh, oh, okay. This goes for, oh, this doesn't say mom, but this could be your students too. Oh, especially like when nap time, and I'm assuming they're going to stay in one place, and they don't. Or like all of a sudden you finally get to sit down and like work on an art project, and they gotta go to the bathroom. And at home, like I'll ask 20,000 times, what do you want to eat? And then make something to eat, and then they sit down to eat it, and then they don't want it. But of course, does not ask to make something different. Just goes in the kitchen and start making things, which means now I have to get up because I need to know what some tiny person doing in the kitchen. He's not so tiny. He's almost my height. He's 7. He'll be 8 soon. My mom says that he's 7 going on 17 because he's ready for college apparently. In her eyes, he's ready for college. I don't see it. Ready for college someday. Ready as a 7-year-old could be. Okay. Thinking about the junk food I'm going to eat after the kids go to bed. Yeah, there's some things you don't want them to know you have. Mine's is not. Oh shoot! I forgot to move the thing. Thinking about junk food you're going to have after the kids go to bed. Often for me, it's not necessarily junk food. I try not to eat junk food. It's what am I going to watch after little person goes to bed? Because they can't watch the same thing I'm going to be watching. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. But yeah, sometimes you gotta just get out of that watching kids stuff all the time. Never make eye contact when a child is on the verge of falling asleep. They will sense your